Hello everyone, my name is Caden. Welcome back to more Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky the Third. Last time, we started the game, saw Kevin be cool and take an artifact from an airship by himself, and then we get transported we get a new character to join us, and we also get transported to the strange dimension. So, yeah, this time, we're gonna see where this portal takes us. Sweet! Okay. What are we dealing with? Check this out.
It looks like that really was an entrance of sorts.
It's a dungeon. Jade Corridor. So it really is a dungeon. We still seem to be in the same bizarre enclosed space as before. We got quite a long road ahead of us, don't we?
We sure do. Kevin!
Enemies. Skeletons! Monsters!
How'd they just appear out of nowhere?
The skeleton arrives! What the? Oh, that's new. Interesting. Ow. Ow. Ascension.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. What was that?
How can this be?
I know exactly what you mean. There are a whole lot of monster types in our world, but that's my first time seeing anything like that. This is like being in a totally different realm.
And the monsters weren't even the strangest part.
Tell me about it. The elements against them weren't your usual fare either.
Exactly. The three elements of space, mirage, and time were in effect during that battle too.
That's what I was going to mention. There were more weaknesses.
Not just the traditional four elements.
Very observant, rookie. Didn't think you'd notice that to that extent. This points to yet another clue that we're a long ways from home. I mean, you'll find a boatload of monsters that are weak to fire and Zemuria, but you're not going to find any that are weak to Mirage. You know how it is.
Indeed I do. Spiritually, the world in which we live in is a relatively low plane of existence. To quote the Testaments, our world and the world of the goddess will forever be separate. She simply just drops pebbles from above, known as miracles.
Quoting word for word, though, hey, I guess those are the basic principles. We just keep running into surprises, space, time, and Mirage. All here? It should be impossible.
What about those monsters themselves?
Honestly, they were less monsters and more fiends. Creatures that shouldn't even be allowed to exist in our world, yet they somehow do without any problem. And I doubt that those are the only ones.
Are we going to be alright here?
Hopefully. They were tough, but not so tough that we can't handle them if we're together. It's not like there's anything else we can do back in that base area. Let's keep walking and see what we find, I say. It might be worth going back briefly to check our ordnance steps, though, seeing as we got more elements to account for now.
True. Oh, Kevin, let me give you this.
Monster Guide? What's this for?
It's called a Monster Guide. It was designed to record data on monsters, their habitats, their weaknesses, and the like. I think it would be wise for us to know anything and everything we come across here. Although I suppose Fiend Guide would be more appropriate here.
You're telling me. I sure can't just store all this info up in an old noggin, huh? I'm already putting enough stuff in the Growlsword notebook as it is. My hands are gonna go numb at this rate.
You complain way too much, Kevin. You're a knight. Do your job.
Ugh, yes, ma'am. No sound like the present, I guess. There, happy? That reminds me, we should probably check the memo section here. So, ornaments, yeah. Yeah, that seems the same. Although it tells me Earth symbolizes physical damage, defense, water symbolizes recovery and cold attacks, fire is offensive and fire, wind is evasion and wind, time is action and arts time, space is movement and effect range, and mirage is perception and awareness. Game, you're mentioning Estelle? Okay, this seems to be all the same. The chain thing is the same. Oh, there are new effects here. Death Blow, direct hits are 1 KO, 1 hit KO. Guard, all damage is nullified. Rush, immediately take a second turn. Vanish, direct attacks suspend enemies. An item, obtain an item upon defeating an enemy. That's interesting. Okay, we got some new things to use. These seem to be the same stats effects, I think. Yeah, these look the same. Elementals, yeah. Cooking, yeah. Parameters, yeah. Cube functions using the cube allows you to reactivate monuments for a variety of functions. Recovery is for restore HP and EP for free. Shopping and warping. The cube allows you to warp to activated monuments and discovered doors. Don't know what that means. Support. The cube allows you to receive supportive effects from a chosen reserve member back in the garden. Each member confers different benefits. Kevin is... Okay, so obtain benefits is recover... For Kevin is recover 2% CP and increased stats is ADF 30%. Rise is experience 10% and Sep is plus 20%. Okay, so... Okay. In the base area, you can switch characters in and out of the party. Game, this is awfully spoilery. Hang on. Game, what are you doing? This is awfully spoilery if you think about it. So we know for a fact we'll get Joshua, Julia, and Tita in the game. That's great. That's amazing. Thanks, game. Side stories. Opening a door will allow you to experience a side story within it. Specific conditions must be filled to open each door. Moon doors are long stories, star doors are short stories, and sun doors are mini games. Going through a side story to the end will earn you a reward. You only earn the reward the first time you finish each door. Wait, there's more. A bunch of the magic again. Grand Stream, Calamitous Blast, Arch Drain, Devastation Blast. Any new specific special chords I should be wondering about? Divine Eye, Scent, Eagle Eye, Information, Sentium Vein, and Fortune all in one. Cover is Combine Haze and Information. Heaven's Eye is Combine Eagle Eye and Information. Yin Yang, Engineer 2, EP in Battle and when walking. Fortune, Enemy Ray, Swiftness, battles become advantageous encounters. Nothingness inflicts a random ailment without fail. Memory displays doors on the minimap. Detection displays treasure chests on the minimap. Cloak, Soul, EP is converted to CP during battle. Spiritual, well, and physical. Receive less minute, okay. Okay. Now, there is also something else I should mention that I do know about. Something very interesting. So, when I was doing my research for this game, I was clued into a kind of strange reward system. Specifically about running away in this game. So, what I learned is that near the end of the game's actually going to, like, take note of how many times you've run away from monsters. Now, if you run away from, like, one fight, and then get to the end of the game, then you're not going to get any reward. Apparently, though, you get a reward for either A, running away from 0 fights for the entire game, or B, you get a reward for running away from 300 fights in the entire game. Apparently. That's what my research has given me to know. So, I didn't even see a monster there. What? Am I crazy? I didn't see a monster. Bruh. That removed her EP, I just realized. Never mind. No, it didn't. Am I crazy? That... Right! I forgot. I don't have a... Forgot. Yeah.
Not bad.
Well, it's probably going to be best for me to fight things right now. Information. Did you know? It's true that Zin's name was once written as Zane, but another name change considered was Olivier's. The original suggestion was Oliver. This chest is glad that request never went through. Thank you, game. Let me put on that information orb. Another thing that this actually, this is another thing I want to take note. Oh, hang on. So this is another thing I want to take note of. Now that I'm thinking about it more, you want to know something interesting here that I'm noticing? Kevin's not in the party. in this image. Does that mean you're able to not have the main character for the story? I mean, it has Rise, so maybe Rise is the main character. I don't know. I just think it's funny. Anyways, another thing I'm thinking about is the guide I got. It actually does mention the Jade Corridor by name. Hi there. What do I even say to this thing? Pseudo-Rudo. Evil statue made from tough material which expels fire from its mouth. Use space if I can. Oh gosh, having all these other effects to worry about now is kind of worrying. Grimoire. An Ares pot. Help. I still can't cancel the CP thing. I still can't cancel S breaks. Gosh dang it, game. Tear Bomb. I'm here because they ran out of jokes. Nice. This game, I can already feel its difficulty a lot higher than the others. And we've literally just began it. I do think we should get into the mini fight.
Have mercy.
I didn't even do that without thinking. You know what? I don't care about the special ornament at the end. Whatever. I'm not going for 100%. I'm going for as fun as I can. Anyways, I'm trying to think here. You just took away... What the hell? I need to go back. What the hell? What was that? What the hell was that? Is this place over here filled up? It is. Give me. Slurp it up. What was that? I mean, I realize now what it was. I saw it at the last second before it went away, but it was because of the icon on the right, the one that mentions like, hey, insta-kill. Bruh. I still love that she has a whip sword.
Not bad.
Oh boy, I'm gonna have to buckle down here, aren't I? This game is not gonna... I am not gonna be able to play around here, aren't I? I'm actually gonna need to buckle down. I should kill both of them.
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
Again, it doesn't help that I'm also at level 90s. Ascension. I'm gonna have to pay a lot more attention to setups then. Again, item if I can kill an enemy.
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
Level up. Maple sugar. 300 Mira. A chest! A chest! My kingdom for a chest! Is that all the spots we could explore here? We can't get over to the other side. Let's take it. Oh, here we are. Now one of these doors. Guess we have to do some first. I have to keep a close eye on everything here.
No way.
Arc Enforcer. Arc Fencer. Oh, that was so cool looking, man. That plant is strong. It's also very fearful for its life, I guess.
No way.
Bruh. Oh, that's what that means. Okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. So basically, if a character gets the guard icon on them, then that means they get no damage to deal that turn. That's basically what that means.
Not bad.
I'm mostly scared of that insta-kill thing. Sure, I could abuse it if I'm smart. I'm not smart. Huh? What's it? What's this?
It's really pretty. It looks kind of like a cube of septium, but I don't think that's what it is.
Yeah, maybe we should touch and see what happens. Touch. Whee. Sealing stone.
Does it seem harmful?
Nope, seems safe to me. Wish I knew what it was, though. The light coming off it was so warm. The kind of slow, rhythmic glowing from it reminds me of a being heart in a way.
What's that?
There's our cube again. Visitor from afar. You who possess the cube.
It's that voice from earlier.
Just who are you? What are you trying to talk? Why are you talking to us from? Raise that sealing stone before the monument in the garden. Then the barrier and the imprisoned shall. I could barely work out what I was trying to say. All I could get was that we need to take this thing to the monument. I will unlock another power. Cube. Make use of it. Cube's warp functionality is now available. To use it, click the icon on the top right. Is there not a button? What the? Beware the malevolent one. Gather strength, or you two will be forever. Don't even ask. I feel like I'm in some kind of weird dream that just gets freakier by the minute. I don't sense anything bad coming from the voice, at least. More like it's trying to guide us forward.
True, it does. You don't think the cube has a will of its own, and that's the thing that's talking to us, do you?
I doubt it. He kept talking about the cube as if it were a separate object. My hunch is that the source of the voice is someone else. And then there's that malevolent one it was bringing up too. I can see that thing being that man in black we saw when we were thrown in here, but it could easily be anyone else.
All this is starting to make my head hurt.
Join the club. Well, let's try and take things one step at a time, okay? And on that note, the best place to start is probably getting the cube's new power a shot.
You're serious?
Serious as can be. There aren't many artifacts that have the power of teleportation, you know. And the situation we're stuck in, we need to use everything we've got at our disposal.
Alright. You sure that you're careful in using it?
I will. Aha! There is a button on the controller. It's left click. It's a right stick click. Press in the right stick to teleport. So we actually have a fast travel system in this game. That's great. I don't know how good it's going to be, but...
Oh.
Alright, that actually worked. Now we got a quick way to get back here to safety if we run into danger.
That does sound useful. I still can't bring myself to put much trust in that cube, however.
Oh, I'm not planning to lower my guard around the thing either. I'll keep using it with caution, so don't worry. Anyway, next up this little guy. So it says give us...
That sealing stone. That voice may sound like something would be released from it if we hold it up to the monument. Any guesses?
No, but I do know how to find that answer real quick. I'll handle holding it up, but I want you to stand by prepared for a fight just in case. We got no idea what we're dealing with here.
Understood.
Alright, here's your cube.
Something's happening.
Alright, time for the moment of truth. There you go. Don't make me regret this. I see. Let's remove the door. Okay. Hmm? Hmm? What?
A girl.
Tita!
Huh? What was that light?
What are you doing here?
Isn't she the girl from the professor's photograph? Huh?
Tita, what are you doing here?
Kevin? You are Kevin, aren't you? I'm not seeing things. What are you doing here?
Where do I even start? But yeah, it's the real deal. Good to see you again, Tita. Looks like you've grown a little taller.
You notice? I'm happy to see you again too. What brings you back to Liberal? Is this girl a friend of yours?
Yeah, Tita, we got bigger issues, I think.
Wait. I was in the house with Dad getting dinner ready because Agate was coming over. And all of a sudden everything went white and then... Where am I? This looks nothing like our house. Am I dreaming? Is this all a dream? Oh right, I should pinch myself to check.
Yep. This is the Tita everyone knows and loves, alright.
She's adorable.
Tita, I feel like I just abducted Tita.
So that's what's happened. This is all because of that artifact Mom pulled out of the lake.
Honestly, we can't even be sure right now. Especially if we assume that's the case. Especially as if we assume that's the case, how did we end up here when you were all... How did you end up here when you were all the way over in Zeiss? It makes no sense.
You're right. It sounds as though you two were fairly close to one another when you were sent here, but Grancel and Zeiss are really far apart. Based on your account, however, we were all surrounded by that light at roughly the same time.
So wait, am I just gonna be abducting friends by getting those ceiling things?
That's more than a coincidence in my eyes. Yeah, I think so too. Oh, whoops, I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? My name's Tita Russell. I'm a prince at Zeiss Central Factory. I'm Rise Argent, a sister of the Septian Church. I've heard a lot about you from Kevin and your mother. Oh, you met Mom? I have. She showed me a photograph of you, too. And now that I've met you in person, I can see why she boasts about you so much. Was she doing that? Oh, Mom. She, didn't say or do anything inappropriate to you, did she? She tends to lose control of herself when it comes to people that accuse you. Lose control how? I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be rude by calling you cute or anything. It's just that you're kind of quiet and really pretty, but you got this really unique aura about you. Unique?
You're every bit as sharp as your mother. Goss doesn't make him more unique than Rise.
Oh, please. Anyway, what are the two of you planning on doing now? Are you going to keep looking for a way out of here?
That's the plan, yeah. Now that we've made so much of a dent of progress on that front so far, we barely started exploring when we found you.
Oh, I see. If you don't mind, then please let me help you look. I won't get in the way, I promise. Getting away won't be the issue here.
That's a tough one. My guts tell me you're better off staying here, to be honest. You've proven yourself to be made of sturdy stuff, but like I said, this place is just one big and very dangerous mystery.
It's true that... If that's true, then who's to say I'd be safe staying here on my own? If I'm going to be in danger, I'd rather go with you and at least try to help out.
Fair point, I guess. You're every bit as spunky as Estelia, too, you know?
You can't be serious, Kevin.
Trust me, she's a lot tougher than she looks. She went on the Liber Arc and came back down in one piece. Plus, she survived Hideous knows how many sketchy fights beforehand. Don't be so quick to judge just because of her age.
But still. Please, I really want to help. I'll do everything I can to make sure I don't cause you any problems, really. Alright, if you're sure. You mean it? You seem to understand the consequences of your actions and what it means to worry others. And as long as that's the case, I've got no reason to say no. Still, please do be careful. Thank you, I will.
Yeah, seriously. If anything were to happen to you on my watch, I'm sure my death at Erica's hands would be a slow and painful one.
I swear I won't let that happen.
Deal. Alright, let's get back to work. Once Tia's equipment is set up, let's back to exploring we go.
Understood. Right.
Well, we kidnapped the child! This feels wrong. We just took Cheetah from her home. This just feels wrong. We just yoinked her from home. Are we actually ever gonna get to explore the game? Like, outside of, like, are we actually gonna get to explore outside into the rest of the game? Or, Liberal, that's the word I'm looking for, Liberal. Are we gonna get to explore Liberal, or are we gonna be stuck to this dimension forever? I still can't believe we kidnapped the child. Or, I guess more so abducted? I don't know. Oh, wait. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, that's so cute. That is amazing art for her. That's so cute. Does she still have Satellite Beam and Cannon Impulse, too? She's still just as strong as that always, it seems. That being said, what kind of quartz would I want to give you, Tita? You've currently got Epika, Eagle Eye, Attack, and HP. Defense, maybe? Action could work. Move. Move would actually be pretty decent, I think. I'll take move. I'll take action. And then what could I do for the last item? Defense. I guess hit. Okay. Alright, sorry Tita for abducting you from your home, but guess you're part of the team now. Can I use the teleport function? Nope. I can see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 circles here. Okay. I do really wonder if we're going to be traveling around Liberal, though. Oh, finally I can see from far away. And having another party member is nice. Especially having Tita of all party members. How are you alive? How much health do you have? 13. Nope. Ascension.
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
I still can't believe... Again, it just feels weird that... How did you... Tita, how did we get you... I feel especially bad for her parents right now, because it's just like, what do you think her parents are thinking right now? That their child just summoning magic gone. The child disappear. Oops, sorry, all gone. I'm gonna be taking that.
I hold in my hand the chalice of the lights. Actors on scene.
Nope.
Oh, pitiful souls, may you rest in...
This place is strange, though. Alright then. Are we gonna just kidnap Estelle and Joshua as well? Imagine we do that.
Hmm? Wasn't this path blocked before?
Sure was. What's going on?
Is something wrong? The last time we passed here, this path was blocked by some kind of barrier. But as you can see, it's nowhere to be seen now. Really? I wonder what could have caused that.
Well, if we think about what's changed since we last passed here now, he was releasing Tita from that stone that caused it to disappear. I mean, we haven't done anything else.
Oh, I see. Still, that actually could be it.
Huh? You think?
Think about it. The stone with me inside was near here too, right? Maybe that was more than a coincidence. This could be among one of the many rules that govern this place that we just haven't figured out yet.
Rules.
I think I see what you're trying to say. But, so in this case, we wouldn't have been able to advance any farther if we hadn't released you from that stone. That's right. I can't be sure, but I do have a good feeling about it.
Good feeling isn't good enough for me right now. We still don't have a clue who's responsible for the situation we're in, but it all feels very deliberately set up.
Which is all the reason we need to be more careful, I suppose.
Yeah, this is a very strange situation to say the least. Hi there. I think we'll be able to kill you. One hit.
What's next?
That's a weird looking door. What's this?
A shining door with a moon on it.
What was that?
Welcome.
Bring to me the girl skilled in orbital engineering. Only then shall the door open. So we're talking about Tita?
Well, I can hear a voice talking right into my mind.
Looks like this door's got a will of its own. Like the tree, spring, and monument back in the garden. There'll come a day when I get used to all these funky talking objects, I'm sure.
I can only think of one person who might fit the door's description.
Hi there.
You think it means me? Most likely.
It's a pretty terrible riddle. It's a pretty terrible riddle. I'm sure not me or Rise. Hey, Door, here. It's her you mean, right? Indeed. She is the one I seek. Only she may enter. If she fears not the trial within, she should step forth through the door.
A trial?
Maybe it wants to test your strength to see if you're worthy of something. And apparently we can't even go inside to back you up in it.
It's ludicrous. I propose we disregard the door and move on. Wait. I'm going to go inside. But, Tita,
Hold on just a sec. There's no way...
I feel like this might be another of the rules that I was talking about earlier. And besides, we got so little work with us, we try to get out of here. We need all the clues and help we can get. If it seems like it'll be too dangerous, I'll come right back out, I promise. Well,
Alright, we're counting on you. But like you said, if it seems too dangerous, come right back. Don't expose yourself to any more danger than you need to.
you be careful. I will.
Alright, Tita. What is this? The moon. The moon chamber. Why are we here?
Wow. This room's so pretty. I wonder how it's made up, though.
Oh. What the? Ah, crap.
Oh.
Overcome the trial before you, and I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. Memory fragment? Ah, crap. Moon Guardians. Moonlight healing. What? Why are you healing me? Smoke cannon! Miss. Why are you healing me? I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. Ow. Sour cream! Just one left. Ow. Ugh. Got it out. All right. You have overcome the trial. Thus I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. Memory fragments? What's this? What is this? What the? Whoa! Approaching location. 320, 310, 300. Target in sight. Commencing operation. Coordinate adjustment complete. Activating boosters.
Huh? What's that sound?
What the? What's going on here?
What? Do I know you? Uh-oh.
We really missed you, Tita.
Huh? Oh my. Don't tell me you forgot the sound of our voices while we were away.
It's Mom, Dad!
Oh, Mom, Dad!
Aw.
That's our girl.
Sorry for surprising you. We just wanted to have a little fun.
I was scared stiff. Just flying in all of a sudden like that and walking up to me without saying a word. Plus you had those goggles on so I couldn't tell who you were. You could have told me you were planning on coming back. Mom? Are you okay? Why are you so quiet? Tita?
Dog.
Why are you so cute? Oh, Ayos, thank you for gracing our unworthy world with this miracle of a child. I'm never going to let you go again. Mom, you're starting to hurt me. Giving birth to this bundle of sugar was the best thing we ever did. How did I manage all this time without her? I'm so happy to finally be back.
I can tell. It's kind of like the chance to greet. I kind of like the chance to greet her too, though.
Oh, sure. Knock yourself out. I suppose you do have the right and all.
Hey, Tita. Looks like you've grown quite a bit while we were away.
I sure have. I miss you both so much. Everything you do just melts my heart. Let me hug you again. Come here. Mom, please.
Erica, I think that you should probably wait until you've changed. The maintenance uniform is full of sensors, as you know.
Oh, yeah. Slipped my mind. In that case, shall we take care of business first, then? Where is the red-haired man I've heard so much about? Are you talking about Agate? That's the one. I was so hoping I'd be able to meet him. Now where?
Oh no.
He's actually in Bose at the moment. Mom, you're acting kind of weird all of a sudden. Talk about lousy timing. Not that I'd be happy if he were here, given that would indicate him being in close proximity to my angel again.
Yeah, well, it's okay. You can always go meet him over in Bose next month if it comes to it. I'd like to meet him too.
True enough. Word has it that a lot has been happening here in our absence. I'll bet we have a lot to thank for him for. We'll have to go and give him a thank you that he'll never forget. I'll have to go with you and introduce him then. His house is real nice too. It's pretty small, but it's all warm and cozy.
You've been to his house.
Ah!
Now, calm down, Erica. Tita, try not to provoke your mother too much, alright?
Was I... Agate! You are going to pay dearly for corrupting my darling daughter.
Oh god. Agate, run. Agate.
What the hell happened out here? Are you guys playing tricks on me?
Grandpa.
Always a pleasure, Albert. Sorry for not giving you a heads up on our return.
Oh, nonsense. Don't you worry about that. What are those things, if I might ask? They look like a vehicle with boosters attached, but...
They're called landing crafts, and they were developed by yours truly.
She just comes back, Agate's head just in her hand.
Most of the places we go to don't have the space to land an airship or any kind of landing port. And there's not much point in an airship if you can't land it, is there? Which is why these two beauties can't come in. Hey, anyway, long time no see, Albert. It's a small comfort knowing you haven't kicked the bucket yet. I mean, how could I have been able to get the glow if you were already 6 arch under?
You really think a pathetic contraption like that is good enough to beat me? You must have forgotten who I am when you were out and about. One close look and the cracks start to show. Just look at them. I doubt they even manage 5 minutes. A fat load of good that'll be for anything other than trying to show off to me. They won't be getting any real-world use anytime soon.
Oh, how wrong you are. I'll have you know that we came all the way from the board with Calvert on these.
From Calvert?
How did that catch your attention? I'll give you that the craft's flight time is somewhat limited, but that's an issue where I can find an easy workaround. By firing them from an orbital catapult attached to an airship, they can fly a distance of roughly 120 salage. After modifying the orbital circuits, we were able to record an operation time of 382.2 seconds too.
120 salge. 382.2 seconds.
Surprise! That stupid look on your face says it all. Not to worry, I'll give you as much time as you need for that shriveled old brain of yours to comprehend my brilliance.
Brilliance? Don't make me laugh. You're talking to the man who developed the Capel. These are child's play by comparison. I don't even need to ask how you made them. I could probably develop a better version in my sleep.
Oh dear.
Say that again, you 7-year-old bot.
Ah.
What is happening?
Here they go again. Will you two please stop fighting? Please? Oh, and I read those files you sent me. You got some nerve showing your face to me after exposing my daughter to so much danger. I think nothing of letting Berman like that A word near her.
Oh, get over yourself. I'm getting lectured on looking after people from the mother who ditched her daughter to water the continent, am I? How do you look in the mirror before you go criticizing others, huh?
Oh, Jesus Christ. What's going on?
Can't you stop them?
What do you want me to do? It'll be fine. Let them have their fun. They're secretly happy to see one another again, I'm sure.
But we're taking up a lot of space in the middle of town here. How are people going to get past us?
Yeah, that's a good point. We can't leave these two landing crafts out here forever. I guess we're just gonna have to drag our quarreling father and daughter back home. Mind giving me a hand, Tita?
Sure thing.
Back home you two go. Back you go. Stop fighting, you two.
There's nothing quite like home. Can I get some coffee, Dan?
One coffee with plenty of milk and 3 sugars coming up.
Oh, let me help too.
I see you haven't mended your heathen ways. When are you going to grow up enough to understand that coffee is best taken black?
And when are you going to understand that there's nothing worse than an old codger to set in his ways to appreciate another's taste?
I'm just telling it like it is. Adding milk alone completely ruins it, and then you go and plop 3 sugars in. You can't even call that coffee anymore. Oh, poor coffee. What did you ever do to be blasphemed so? Ugh.
Here's your order, Erica.
Don't let it get cold now. We'll have to settle this dispute another time.
Well, time to drink up.
Anyway, where are my souvenirs, Albert?
Souvenirs? Why would I have any of those for you? You're the one who's been busy slacking off abroad.
Forget traveling abroad. You were the one who got out to ride on the Altia with Captain Schwartz. You're telling me you had a chance like that and didn't get me a photograph or her handkerchief or even a button off her uniform. Why do you want a button off her uniform?
Your mother's been a huge fan of her since the Captain's Academy days.
I swear, if you have the time to think about such worthless nonsense, how about using it to look over an academic report or two? It's no wonder all your inventions are half-rate.
Did you just use the words useless nonsense in reference to Captain Schwartz? How did you dare to insult her?
Oh, nothing of the sort. I had plenty of chances to share a few cups of tea with her on board the Arciel. She's a fine woman, if you ask me. She'll go far.
Oh god.
Oh, now you've done it. If you're not going to shut that insolent mouth of yours, I'm going to do it for you.
What's that? Is someone jealous?
Here they go again.
Will you two please stop fighting the second you start conversation?
What the hell is happening? Father, help. Tita? What is it?
Oh, it's just I finally realized it's kind of nice to see them fighting like this after all. Makes it feel like Mom's really home, you know?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Hey, how would you like to do some shopping? I'll handle making dinner tonight, so I'll need to grab a few things.
Huh? Really? That sounds great. I haven't tasted your cooking in ages.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to have it a lot more from here on. Neither of us are planning to head out for work anytime soon, so I'll be taking over cooking duties for a while.
Oh, I'd love to go shopping with you then.
Ah, great. These poor. That day's dinner was a real feast. And for the first time in quite a while, Tita was able to experience the joy of dining happily with her family. After dinner...
Aww.
You can leave the rest to me now, Tita. You must be tired. Go on to bed.
I'm fine, honestly. I'm not doing any more than I usually do. I bet you're even more tired than I am, Dad. You rushed through all the work you had to get back here as soon as possible, didn't you?
Well... You've gone pretty sharp, huh?
Well, I'm not kidding anymore. I'm 13 now.
What? Ios's name? What part of your daft brain thought you should start making this?
It's why we came back here to begin with. ZCF is the only place around that will allow me to do so. That's what I believe anyway.
Maybe so, but still.
What are you guys arguing about? Oh, are you still awake? It's past midnight, you know. You should go and get some rest. Where are those? Some kind of blueprints? Can I see, please?
Here she comes.
You didn't get out of the bath that long ago. You're going to catch a cold hanging around in here. You should be getting ready for bed. But I want to see those blueprints. Where's on them looks really complicated. And that's an orbital engine on the right-hand side, right? Looks like a compact one, too. Oh, I know. Is it a new kind of airship? Come on, Mom. I really want to see. Oh boy, look at you getting all fired up. You just can't help yourself when it comes to machinery, can you? That's not fair.
Alright, I finished cleaning up now. Shall we get to work?
Oh, perfect timing. Get our angel to bed, will you?
Sure, it is past her bedtime.
What?
Let's go, Tita.
Let me have a quick look, please. I can go to bed right after that. I can't work out why that converter torque is so low and it's bugging me.
It looks like her obsession's grown by monstrous proportions since we've been away. Be that as it may be, it's still past your bedtime.
But...
No.
Okay, let's start with this unit here.
Even at a glance, I can tell it's not going to be easy to make. We're best off starting by running a simulation on it with the capital before actually attempting to make the blasted thing.
Nothing comes to mind that would be strong enough to build the frame out of either. I say we should consider looking into a new one.
I wonder what they're talking about. It all sounds so exciting. Maybe I can scooch up closer without them noticing.
Tita?
Oh, I shouldn't have pushed my luck.
Seriously now, go to bed.
But...
If you're that curious, I can tell you tomorrow, but right now you need sleep. How's that sound? Good enough?
But... That's a promise, okay? A promise.
Yes, I promise. This is a long memory.
I'm not going to let you forget that you promised. And don't go making whatever it is without me.
I know we won't. I promise in the name of the goddess above that I'll tell you tomorrow, and that we won't make it without you. Anyway, good night, Sita.
Okay. Good night.
She takes after her mother in every way.
Well, that about wraps it up.
This is amazing. Ouroboros technology is even more impressive than I could have dreamed.
That's a fine understatement. Their technological level's far beyond that of ours. That's true for virtually everything we've seen of theirs, too. The Archasms, the Gospels, the Glorious. I'm not entirely without ideas on how they have all of it, though. Why the sun questions, anyway? I've already sent you the info I had on them before.
The thing is, we didn't actually learn of them through the information you sent. We knew of them before that. Wait, you guys...
You did?
Does that mean you guys had your own run-in with the Ouroboros? We haven't actually encountered them or any of their members, actually. Exactly. But they've been expanding their influence across the continent for a while now through Jaegers and certain wealthy individuals. We can confirm as much beyond a shadow of a doubt based on our travels.
That's why we came back here. We never imagined they'd be so bold to try anything in Liberl, or we would have come back earlier. But they're not getting any more of a head start on us. We need to finish this as soon as possible.
We're still in this memory. I'm not opposed to it, I just think it's really funny.
I wasn't planning to sleep in that long. Morning, Grandpa.
Morning, Tia.
Huh? Dad? Oh yeah, I forgot that you and Mom are back.
We sure are. Let's say you had a good night's sleep.
Yeah, sorry. I feel bad for forgetting all about it. Oh hey, you said you'd tell me what you were up to today.
Yep, that's still the plan. You might be better off hearing it from your mother and grandfather, though.
Huh? Why?
They were discussing the issue all night. They both headed out to the Central Factory first thing this morning, so they should be there as we speak.
Thanks. Off I go then.
Tita. You might want to have a breakfast first.
Whoops, forgot that too. I haven't washed my face or combed my hair either.
Alright, take care of that first, and let's get you some food in you. I promise it'll be warm when you finish up.
Thanks, Dad. Alright, I'm off.
Take care. Don't go trying to run over to ZCF so fast you trip or something.
I won't. So great to have them back home. And now it's off to the factory.
Hey!
Oh, good morning, Mr. Murdoch.
Oh, it's you, Tita. Good morning.
You wouldn't happen to know where Mom and Grandpa are, would you? Dad said they came home early this morning.
Oh, they did. I know that very well indeed. Erica came charging in with the look on her face that signaled all hell was about to break loose. All the while, she was shouting, "We've got a new invention to make, so we need somewhere really, really big to hop to it." She wouldn't take no for an answer, either.
I'm so sorry about her. She caused you so much trouble every time she decides she wants to invent something new. At least she's better than Grandpa. Maybe. She doesn't scare the daylights out of you by suddenly yelling fire in the hole right before an unexpected explosion.
If only I could wipe that from my memory. In any case, your mother should be up in the operations room. I've got no idea what she's planning, but she said she had somebody wanted to look into using the capital. And as for your grandpa, he's in the design room, in a very good mood. I can't believe the two of them are working together on something. This cannot end well. Please, Goddess, please don't let them break anything. My stomach hurts.
Poor Murdoch. Ugh.
Actually, now I think about it, this is the first time they have worked together on the same thing. Usually they're competing over who can make the best invention, not joining forces on one. Grandpa's amazing on his own, but Mom's just as capable of an engineer too, even if she is kind of scary when she gets into her work. If the two of them are actually going to put their heads together on something, can't wait to see the result. I want to go see right away. So this is what we're up against. Looks like it's not even performing at 10% of its true capabilities either. These are some downright terrifying specs. Mom! But wait, how in the world... Isn't that data on Powder Mater?
Oh! You somehow managed to get data on Powder Mater? How?
Hi there, Atita. You came at just the right time. You've seen the robot in person, right? Well, yeah, but why you ask? What was it like in person? Tell me everything you know. Well, it's really big, but other than that, I couldn't tell just much from looking at it. Oh, right. I suppose you wouldn't be able to. It's an awful lot taller than you, after all. Mom? Why are you looking at Powder Mater's data for, anyway? I thought you were here to work on some new invention. Wait, you're not...
That we are.
The two of us are ready to start work at any time. Alright then. Then it's time to get right to work on our task, making our Chasm capable of competing against our buddy Powder Mater. You guys are going to make your own version of Powder Mater? Let the Orbital Gale project begin.
What?
So that's their plan.
Why? Why do I feel like this... like this? Usually when I hear about something new being invented, I get all excited. I get so caught up in what's happening that I tune out from the world around me and focus on helping Grandpa. But say, I just feel a little bit sad.
Renee.
This doesn't feel right. Renee.
She's still the one member that could potentially be saved from Ouroboros.
What are these wires here for, Erica? They look completely unnecessary to me.
That's to deal with noise. This design requires a very high degree of precision, so it was a necessary addition. Mom? So the orbital pressure changes get absorbed into here.
I see.
Mom! Oh, Tita, what are you doing here? Well, I was wondering if, there was anything I could do to help. I want to do something for Renee, too. I'm just not sure what I can actually do. What can you do? Well, if you want to help me out, there is one thing you could do for me. It's an annoying job, but if you're up for it... An annoying job? Okay, I'll do anything I can I can to help. Oh, it's nothing that important, really, but I appreciate it all the same. I need you to go talk to Murdoch and get him to sort out the paperwork for our return to Liberl. The way we returned home was kinda borderline illegal, so no official paperwork's been filed or anything. I'm cool with it, but Dan's brought it up a few times, so it'd be good if someone could get it taken care of. So thanks. Okay, that wasn't what I had in mind when I said I wanted to help. Oh well, I guess I am still helping her by doing this. I'll just have to get it sorted out quickly so I can get back and help with the real work.
Weep. Weep.
Found you, Mr. Murdoch. Mr. Murdoch?
Oh, adios above. Protect us all. Hello again, Tita. Can I help you with something? Wait, you aren't here to tell me that the experiment was a failure and the building is now full of poisonous gas, are you? Or that there was a giant explosion and half of it was destroyed?
I'm so sorry. I really can't apologize enough for all the stress Mom and Grandpa caused you. Nothing like this happened yet, though, so don't worry.
Really? That's a relief. Maybe that's a sign my prayers reached the gods after all. Perhaps I should say my prayers for tomorrow while I'm here too, then.
That said, I do have a little favor to ask of you.
What kind of favor? Did you sort out the paperwork because Tita's parents just jumped the border?
Here, right by air, did they? I can only imagine how surprised you must have been.
They entered the country illegally. It sounds that way.
I was about to say, Murdoch, there's a big issue here.
Oh, no, I need to go sort that out right away. Could you stay and pray to Aios in my place, Tita? Please, just pray that nothing gets destroyed because of that new invention of theirs and it all goes to plan.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
Here. Please keep Mom and Grandpa from doing anything too reckless. I wish I knew what I could do, though. I'm not strong like Estelle. Can't say anything to Renee like she did. I know. I'll get them to let me help with the Orbital Gear's development. If it really does end up having the same amount of power as Potter Mater, maybe then I'll be able to have a proper conversation with her. Time to go and ask.
This memory thing's a long thing.
This tool here is brand new and can cut up with 10 times more precision than the previous model.
Bah, I had no idea you had something like this here now. I think I might have to go over the designs again. Oh, Mom! Here you are. Welcome back, Tita. Did you manage to do what I asked? Yep, Mr. Murdoch said you'll take care of the paperwork right away. He's probably working on it right now. But now I've done that, Mom, I want to be part of the Orbital Gears development team, too. You? Yeah, I didn't write this in any of my letters, but I ended up spending some time with Renee while she was in Liberal. And even if she was a member of the society, she's also my friend. Renee? Now where have I heard that before? Oh, wasn't she the girl Potter Mater belongs to?
Erica, if I may be permitted to say my piece here.
Say your piece. Mom, where are you? You better have a damn good explanation for this one, Albert. My daughter ended up making friends with a member of Ouroboros. Why is this the first I'm hearing of this? This wasn't in any of what you sent me.
Well, it was kind of hard to say.
Don't you give me that. As if you hadn't already exposed her to enough danger to make me want to strangle you, and now I'm hearing this. Just what have you been doing with my daughter while I've been away? Mom, I'm serious. I want to be involved in the Orbital Gears development. I'm completely powerless on my own, but I still want to find some way to talk to her. And the Orbital Gears going to be able to fight on equal terms with Potter Mater, right? Then I want to be involved, because I want the kind of power that Estelle has. Tita? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not considering using the Orbital Gear to fight Potter Mater yourself, are you? What? That wasn't what I meant. I want to make very sure of this. Do you understand just what we're making here? Well, I only got a quick look at the blueprints, but it looks like a bipedal... That's not what I mean. The Orbital Gear is a weapon. No matter how you try to dress that fact up, that's the reality. It's a tool designed to be used by people to hurt other people. But you're not making it because you want to hurt people, right? Even the patrol ships used by the army are made to protect the country, not to hurt people. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what the developer of any new weapon thinks. We're not the ones actually going out and using the things we make. The devices we pour our hearts into making go on to cause unspeakable suffering to people, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. Have you ever stopped to think about that? And after having it pointed out to you, can you still say you want power? Well, we're doing what we're doing, fully aware of what the potential consequences may be down the line, but can you? You know how much I love you, Tita. And I understand that you care deeply about your friend, I do. But that's all the more reason why I can't permit you to take part in this. Can you understand where I'm coming from? But I'm not taking this lightly either, you know.
I appreciate how you feel, Erica, but I'm sure Tita's been thinking about this a lot herself, especially after all that she went through. Why not show her a little more respect?
I'm sure she has, but that doesn't mean I can let her be involved in developing a weapon. We researchers don't get a say in how our inventions end up being used down the line. That's just our fate. That's what we have to accept when we're doing our jobs.
That we do.
I know where she's coming from, but I absolutely cannot let her be a part of this. She doesn't need to be shouldering this kind of burden. Not at her age.
I mean, I get where she's coming from, I really do.
I don't think she's in the wrong for not wanting her daughter to be in fighting.
I know all of what Mom's saying is true. I know. Really, I do. But then what am I supposed to do? Just sit around helplessly? I know. I'll go see what Dad thinks. Maybe he'll actually listen to me.
Insert a card. CCF Underground Laboratory.
Hello? Howdy.
Dad!
Tita! Sorry, hold on a minute. I'll be right over. Really? So she wouldn't give you permission to join then?
Nope. I understand what Mom's saying, I really do. It's just so frustrating not being able to do anything.
Well, unlike your grandfather, your mother has very clear reasons for what she does. She's an engineer with specific goals and ideals over ones driven by emotional curiosity. That's especially true for this project, given that the future of Liberal's national defense may end up hinging on it. It was never going to be easy to win her over in the argument about this, I'm afraid.
That doesn't change the fact that I want to confront Renee, though. Maybe what I'm saying is childish, but I don't know, but it's what I really feel, and I'm not budging.
Those are some bold words, Tita. I don't think I've ever seen her look so serious about anything before. But even if they're bold, I don't think they're childish. At the same time, I don't think it has anything to do with whether you should be involved in developing the orbital gear either. Having it isn't going to make confronting her any easier. Tita, confronting someone head-on about something is a very difficult thing to do. Probably more difficult than you realize. You're certainly kind, but that's not always going to be enough to change someone's mind about something once it's made up.
I know. Maybe I'm never going to be able to talk to her like I want to in the end. Am I doomed to never do anything for her?
You backed down when you were arguing with your mother earlier, right? That says to me that the convictions she has are stronger than yours. You already know that it's not going to be easy to talk to Renee. If you want to succeed, you'll need a stronger spirit than what you've got now. Otherwise, you won't be able to really tell each other how you really feel. Well, you'll just back down first.
That reminds me of something Agate said once, actually. He said fighting's all about guts.
Well, that's not quite what I'm talking about, no. I really am starting to worry about this Agate fellow. I think resolve is a more appropriate word here than guts. You need to have the resolve to express all of your honest feelings to her. Plus, you need to accept hers in return. No doubt it'll be a lot easier said than done, too.
Well, I know she's from a society and that Potter Mater is too strong for me to compete against as I am. Especially because I don't have the kind of power Estelle does. I'm not even confident she'll want to listen to what I have to say. And even if she does, that doesn't mean it'll have any effect on her. But I can't just leave her and do nothing. I can't. Listen, she was part of Ouroboros, and she did some pretty bad things, sure. But that's not all there is. I spent some time with her. I went shopping with her, and I sat and talked with her, so I know that's true. Deep down, she's actually a sweet girl. I'm sure she wasn't faking it either. It's who she really is. She's not some kind of inhuman monster. She's an ordinary girl who was like an excited little kid when we found a cute pendant in a shop. And when I tripped and fell, she didn't hesitate to hold out her hand for me. She's a good person, and I still think of her as my friend even now. And even after she went away, ever since then, her and Potter Mater have always been out of my reach. Physically and emotionally. Maybe the orbital gear will give me a chance to change that. If I have that, I might be able to see a little bit of the world that she does. Maybe she'll even be willing to open her heart, even a little, and tell me how she really feels all while listening to my feelings, too. That's why I want to be involved in making it, and I won't take no for an answer.
I'm so proud of how much you've grown. What do you think about all this, Erica?
What? Mom, how long have you been listening in on us? Not long. I only overheard the last part of your conversation. Can I ask you something, Tita? Of course. What is it? What? If you're finally going to talk to this Renee girl again, and it turns out she doesn't see you as a friend, what are you going to do? Exactly the same thing. I'll do exactly the same as I would otherwise. Because I've already made up my mind that I want to be part of her life. I want her to be a part of my life, even if she doesn't want to be a part of me to be a part of hers. I might not be able to chase her around and try to convince her and come back to us like Estelle can. But I can still try and get to know more about her and Potter Mater. And I can make a stronger connection with her through the Orbital Gear. There's nothing stopping me from doing any of those things, right? Whatever makes it so I can be a part of her life, I want to do it, even if it's small. Because that's what friends do. It's how you really feel. I see. Well, I can't help but feel like you're being a little naive, but you got me. I'll accept all you've said as a sufficient reason for participating in the Orbital Gear project. Really? Really no. Really? No, what are you two waiting for? We've got work to do. Dan, I've redone the blueprints, so I need you to go over them. Tita, we're going to start making quartz prototypes. So I can be part of the development? You promise? We'll see how long that happy face of yours lasts. Now that you're on the team, I'm going to be working you to the bone. I hope you're ready. Yeah, bring it on.
Good. Are you ready to get started?
No. Thanks to her efforts, Tita was finally allowed to participate in the Orbital Gear's development. The familiar central factory was filled with a new sense of tension as it became the building ground for the new invention. Tita was able to work as a full-fledged engineer equal to the adults around her for the first time. She was also treated no differently than anyone else, meaning that Erica's demands were constant and relentless. But that was a source of true happiness for Tita. Finally, 2 weeks later... Holy! Holy! It's a mech! All done. Alright, time to begin our activation test.
I think we could probably do with a little break. We've been working almost constantly for 3 whole days now.
How do you still have so much energy, Mom? And how do you two have so little? Pull yourselves together, people. The best part of developing something new is about to begin. That goes for you especially, Tita. Me? The CNR prototype here is on the small side, so there's no way anyone other than you is going to be able to sit in it. So you're going to need be part of our test until the very end. I know, but please let me have some sleep first.
Passed out.
Well, okay. Only because you said please. It's better than trying to do the test today when you're in this state and end up making a bunch of mistakes ending up with a bunch of mistakes being made.
She's done very well, in my opinion. Not even most veteran engineers can keep up with your working pace. I'm amazed our little daughter did it on her first project.
What exactly are you implying? That I'm some kind of machine with limitless stamina? Okay, so that's the activation test penciled in for Friday the 28th. Wait, tomorrow's Friday! Yes, it is. Why do you ask? We need to start cooking then.
Oh, is it agate? Oh god, I'm kind of scared.
I finished running all the necessary simulations using Capital. You should be able to perform roughly to the intended specifications, but... Tito, what is a rush?
Grandpa, I just realized tomorrow's the last Friday of the month.
Ah, yes. That's when Agate's coming, isn't it?
Yeah, I need to start getting things ready for tomorrow's food.
Well, if you're taking requests,
Oh no! Oh no! Oh god.
Agate.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure I follow.
Oh god. Oh god, Agate, don't go.
What's so special about the last Friday of the month?
No.
Ugh, I forgot to tell you. This is gonna be your first time meeting Agate, isn't it? You see, he comes over here to visit once a month, and tomorrow's that day. So...
Oh, so our dear friend Agate is visiting, is he? Oh god.
What a coincidence that he should choose the day of our test to make his arrival.
Oh god.
No, no, no.
Bro, Erica's about to jump into that freaking machine and just pound Agate into dust.
He sure is a lucky man. Mom?
Well, you see, Tita, your mother,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Dan, darling, I just had a brilliant idea. I suspect that tomorrow's tests are going to require a separate...
No.
Oh no.
We can't just let any old person come over to our house for no good reason, right? They need to make a contribution to the family. I hope you're ready, Agate Crossner.
so let me get this straight. You're saying you want Agate to help with the tests, right?
I'm not sure I'd recommend that, Erica. He's a useless dolt where technology's concerned. I can't see him being much help.
No, but... Oh, I'm expecting a lot more than that from him. I'm expecting him to offer his very life in the name of science. What?
Come on now, Erica. There's no time for being silly. I'm not opposed to having him help out, though. I'd like the chance to have a good long talk with him myself.
You two, Dad? Well, it's settled. Today's going to be a good day. A very, very good day. Is it just me? Or do they seem to have Agate all wrong?
Oh god, Agate, you gotta get out of there, man.
No, Agate, please.
Side story, Orbital Gear Project Part 1 finished. You're gonna leave me at that? Long Barrel EX. Also, I forgot we were playing a video game for a second. Oh, Christ. Part 1 implies a Part 2, and Part 2 was probably gonna be Agate's death.
Hey, Gaius, you're alright. You were in there for like 30 minutes, I'm pretty sure.
Are you feeling okay? You look tired. I'm fine. I did have to fight some scary enemies, but I managed to pull through.
That's good. So what happened in there?
Well,
Explain everything that happened.
I see.
Yep, sounds like this is another one of our rules, alright. In other words, first you need to meet some condition or conditions to get the door open. After that, you fight your way through a battle or trial, when you get to see some kind of memory fragment and walk away with a mirror as a bonus. And sum things up,
Yeah, that's how it was for me. The memory fragment didn't quite feel like it was finished, though. It seemed like there was more that I didn't get to see.
maybe there's more than one pattern to these doors then. Either way, every time we find one, we should probably know its location and conditions down.
Indeed.
About memory doors. Memory doors are located throughout the game and allow you to see various optional scenes. In all, there are 3 types of doors. Moon doors, which contain lengthy side stories, star doors, which contain short side stories, and sun doors, which contain mini-games. In order to open a door, you will need to fulfill one or multiple conditions. Furthermore, some doors will require certain characters to win a battle in order to view the contents within. After viewing the contents of a door for the first time, you will earn Mira and, depending on your choices or actions, potentially even bonuses such as items. All of this information is automatically recorded in a notebook, which can be viewed at any time. Finally, you can also warp to any door you've discovered using the cube. Really? So this is like a fast travel point. Oh, and it even tells you like what's needed to open certain doors. Gotcha, that's cool. I completely forgot we were playing a game for a second. That was long. Increased damage and range in Tita only. That was awesome though. I love that. If that's... I assume that's going to be like our side quest, I think. Because I remember seeing that, there are no side quests per se in this game, but those doors kind of serve as the substitute. They are basically the side quests instead. And I kind of like it. Because they can have a lot of interesting stuff, evidently.
Just how long does this place go on for?
It's so strange, too. The Shadow Towers were weird enough, but even they made a lot more sense than these doors. This does. Is something wrong, Rise?
What'd you go all quiet for?
Well, I was just wondering what that is.
Was what?
Why is that here? Why is the Arciel here?
What? What's the Arciel doing here? You recognize this ship?
Uh-huh. It belongs to the royal family of Liberal. We used to get to the top of that floating city.
Interesting. Do you have any idea how something like that could possibly have ended up here? Maybe it was sitting here the same way we were?
I don't think we'll get anywhere speculating. Could have come in our way. Hey, could have come in some our way. We just don't know. The best thing for us to do now is see what the guys inside have to say.
Yeah. Is the cube just dragging things from around into this area? What's the point of this thing? Alright, let's get some more fighting. You're dead. Level up. Hmm? Oh, what's this?
This is like the monument in the area we started in. Though it's not glowing like that one is. The one in that garden had no glow in the beginning either. Kevin, do you want to give it a try?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Oh, I suspected as much.
When we activated the first monument, it said release my brethren. I guess now we know what it meant.
Then, do you think this monument might have the same power as the other one?
Most likely. It should come in handy at least.
Dispensing monuments scattered around throughout the game allows you to use the cube to restore their power. Much like the ones in the base area, you can use these to restore HP and EP, buy equipment, and make quartz. They also function as checkpoints, allowing you to warp to them by using the cube. In addition, any new items available will be added to the base's monument stock as well. So by opening that, we now have... Yep, there's more stuff here now. A better weapon for Tita. We got some prevent sleep and mute. I'll take one of each for now. What about synthesizing quartz? Oh, finally, it's not I don't know what I was gonna say. Heal me. Let's see here, though. Yeah, it's starting to feel like we're never going to actually leave this area, like this, dimension. And we're just going to be stealing party members from around the... from reality. Just yoink, you're joining me now. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, that goes to somewhere, and that goes somewhere. Let's try this way. Hi there. Soul Blur. Nope.
Not bad.
Might be worth it to try and just kill all these guys right here. If they don't run away, that is. This does make me curious, how many how many chapters is this game gonna have? I can see why the formula here is exceedingly different. Oh crap. But yeah, I can see how the formula here is exceedingly different from the other games. That actually did damage. It is interesting, but I don't hate it. I think it's pretty interesting. Definitely weird, though. Definitely very weird. No denying that much. It definitely feels like a more combat-oriented version of the first two. I will say that.
Let's end this.
There goes those two. Let's see here. No, you don't.
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
Level up for Kevin. Hi. Strange creature. Bone mage. Cool.
The Bradley Bone. Bradley Bone.
Prepare to meet your fate.
Can't I impede you? Yeah.
No way.
Not a chance. Ascension. Easy peasy. We got some down here. Another door. Glam choker. 11 out of 36. The face greeted customers with an aged brick that had long eroded to the point of holes. The cracked windows, taped for stability and adorned with cobwebs and insects droppings, were repugnant. Black Mangle, do you really have nothing better than to do than open all of us a second time? Yeah. Let's see here. Sleep and mute. Alright, we got another one of these special doors here, it seems. Bring to me the only girl in a band who takes it to the skies. Is only then shall the door open. Bring to me the only girl in a band who takes to the skies. Yeah, I got nothing. I'm thinking maybe Estelle, but I don't know. On the bright side, we at least have a fast travel there. It is starting to feel like there is going to be no outside area outside of, Bro, that void was having like a stroke, I swear. It does feel like there's not going to be anything outside in terms of, like, we're not going to be leaving this dimension for the entire game, I feel. I don't have any problem with that, I just think it's a bit interesting. But if it can still be fun and interesting and have good story moments, then hey. Why is Dean called the Spinach Fiend anyway? Does he really just like spinach? Extra spicy fries. Don't you hate when someone opens your door and doesn't close it when they leave? Tear Balm. With one particularly obnoxious clink, she set down her utensils, then glared at him with an uncomfortable firmness that would have a lesser man avert his eyes in shame. She bit her bottom lip before asking, "Is there just an entire story being played out by the chests? Are we serious? This is a thing that's happening. Incredible. I cannot believe it. I wonder if we'll get another party member eventually sit here. Oh, you know what? Something I want to check. Support. Tita. Dexterity. Increased stats are dexterity plus 15% and agility plus 10%, but decrease speed by 5%. Gotcha. Currently, at the moment, I like Rise is the best because I like having extra experience in Sepith. That being said, what's the max level of this game? I don't know. I don't even know. Can you go over level 100? Oh, hey, the RCL. Why is this here?
What a beautiful airship.
It's not just pretty either. It's got really high specs too. Last I heard, its top speed was raised to 3,600 SPH.
3,600 SPH. That's even faster than a Merkaba.
What's a Merkaba?
Oh, it's the kind of airship the church uses. Anyway, never mind that now. Something's up here. It doesn't look like there's anyone inside at all.
Yeah, you're right. And the orbital engines don't seem to be on. You gotta be on guard inside.
What's the point of all this? Why were we dragged into this strange dimension? Well, it's definitely looking like the RCL.
There are no signs of life in here at all. This ship must have been abandoned for at least a few days, if not more. The orbital power seems to be completely down too. It makes me wonder if there was some kind of problem with the engines.
Well, we're not gonna figure anything out by standing here. Let's take a look around. There might be some kind of clue around here that'll help us discover what happened. And are all of our friends just being locked up in these, like, ceiling cubes things? Like, we'll find more friends by going through? Ah! Royal Spikes. You took all of my loot. How am I supposed to pay my room and board now? That is not my issue, Chess. That is for you to figure out on your own. Can't go in there. Ah! A recipe was written on a scrap of paper within. Easy pie, eh? Do you have any idea how old that dish was? Not a clue. Not a clue that I do. Ah. 300 Mira. Did you know? The Trails in the Sky games now have a nifty Skip S-Craft feature on PC. That's not even in the original Japanese version. Isn't that neato, Torpedo? Thanks for boosting yourself. Door's tightly locked. Not really surprised.
Is this some kind of factory? Yep. It's the area where the maintenance crew does all their work, but...
There sure isn't anybody here right now. This is bizarre. Just where did everyone go? What is the point of the cube that we have? And why is it doing this? On the art side of this door is the ship's engine room, right?
That's right. The eight state-of-the-art XGO2 engines that serve as its main engines are stored in here. I'm gonna take a look at them. It's no good. I can't get any of them to turn on at all. I'm not even sure why they won't work either.
I see.
Well, we already know that this place more or less has its own laws. It wouldn't be unusual if one of those caused machinery of all kinds to become unfunctional. Non-functional. I wish I could help you out more. Still, I was at least able to secure a backup orbital power line. So that computer over there should be good to go.
Really? That's plenty of help, Tita. Let's check it out and see if we can see what it can let us do. Alright. The orbital calculator, yada yada yada. Version 8.0. Bridge. Bridge is on. Can we only do one at a time? Let's check out the conference room, I guess, first. Aha! Hit 2. Sure, but selling it won't help you escape from your father's shadow. Ouch. There was that sharp tongue of hers. He really did adore it. When his old man wasn't the topic of discussion, we're keeping it. Doesn't seem like there's anything else of note here. Tito, you can have hit 2. Let's do this. Alright, let's do the Mackle room. There's a chest. Reviving Balm. You found the greatest gift of all. Love. Love ain't gonna pay my bills. No. Alright, last place. area that's probably going to do something. Oh, it's already been unlocked. Okay, so why can't I just unlock all at once? This is not the bridge. There. That's another party member then.
Another one of these, huh?
Wow, it's so pretty.
Was it, though? It's called Sealing Stone. This is just like that stone you were imprisoned in, as it so happens.
It was this pretty? It's so weird to think about, but at the same time, it's kind of nice too.
A sealing stone.
If that idea we had about not being able to proceed without freeing whoever's in these is true, there's only one thing to do. Ready to head back to the base and unlock this little guy?
Of course.
Okay,
Alright, let's see who's our random party member this time. Whee! Alrighty. Who are we gonna get? Judging by... If we're going to judge by location, maybe if it's the RCL, maybe either Schwartz or Chloe? Unleash the Sealing Stone. Let's see it. If we're judging by the fact that it's in the RCL, maybe either Schwartz or Chloe. That's what I'm assuming.
oh, is this the part where someone comes out of it?
Given past precedent, most likely so. Whether it's someone completely different or a second Tita remains to be seen.
A second Tita?
A second me?
If you've jinxed us and we really do get a second Tita, I hope you're ready to be her new mom.
Naturally, I'd love her like my own.
Bruh? Bruh? Do I... You know what? No, we're gonna skip that. Alright. Assuming it has anything to do with the location, Schwartz or Chloe would make the most sense here. Alrighty. Who is it? It's...
A military uniform?
Wait, isn't that...
I knew it. The stone inside the RCL did make me wonder if it was someone related to it, and I was right on the mark.
It is Schwartz. Yep.
Ugh. What happened? Echo, report! How in the...
You're probably feeling kind of confused right now, but it's good to see you again, Julia.
Father? Tita?
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Before greeting you all of you, I would simply like to ask... Is this a dream or illusion? Or reality?
All of the above. Does that answer your question?
I see. To be honest, all of this is a little hard to swallow, but it's clear I have no choice but to do so.
Thanks for being quick on the uptick. Do you happen to remember what happened to you before you found yourself here? Were you also surrounded by a white light last night?
It feels closer to mere moments ago rather than last night, but I assume so. I was on my way back to Leyston Fortress after finishing an airborne training exercise when it happened. I was sitting in my usual chair on the bridge when the white light you speak of appeared. And then, well, I have no memories between that and finding myself here.
That about matches up with us, then.
All of us were drawn in here in roughly the same circumstances and at roughly the same time. Might you have any idea what happened to the rest of the ship's crew? I'm afraid not. I would be somewhat relieved if I were the only one drawn into this, but I have my doubts.
Seeing as the RCL itself is here, could the rest of the crew have ended up here too? Or is it possible it was just you?
We really don't have enough to go on to be sure either way at this point. All we know is that there was no one else in the RCL when we found it. The only sealing stone there was the one that Julia was inside of too.
Father Graham, the two of you have started to investigate this peculiar place, have you not?
That's right.
We haven't been doing it for very long, so we haven't made much progress yet. Then please allow me to assist you. I'm concerned about the safety of my subordinates, and I want to know why the RCL became non-functional. And I think cooperating with the three of you will be the fastest way for me to answer both of those questions.
I love that.
Believe me, you won't see us complaining. We'd have to be nuts to turn down on the Royal Army's finest up-and-coming swordsman.
I fear you're overestimating my swordsmanship, but I appreciate you allowing me to accompany you all the same. Well, in that case, we shall get started as soon as possible. It's my pleasure to fight alongside you all. Likewise. We're happy to have you.
All right, Schwartz. Having Schwartz is really nice. What's your, I love it. 94 attack orders. She has Epica, Action 1, Hit 1, Range 1, Move 1, Attack 1, and Shield 1. And just to clarify, okay. Yeah, it really does seem like everything's just getting added over here. And then we could do slots. I might do some farming on my own time for a bunch of Sepith and stuff. First off, we should go back here and check. Can I... Yep. Drink from the fountain. I do kind of like the loop, though. This kind of gameplay loop. And especially with a... And now, I kind of do like a... Also getting... Oh, God. I just realized how... You know what's going to be sad? So this now makes sense on how Estelle and Joshua are going to get dragged into here, but you know what that's also going to mean? We're going to have to separate them for a little bit before we can find them both. Unless we can find them both at the same time. It sounds like there's a possibility that maybe we can find multiple stones at once. But I'm not sure. I want to see... Bring me the only girl in a band who takes to the skies. That might relate to Schwartz. Because Schwartz takes to the skies in the RCL, right? That might technically work. Bring to me the only girl in the band who takes the skies. Only then shall the door open. No? Okay. Fair enough. I wasn't 100% certain on it myself, but I figured it was possible. Let's go back to the Jade Corridor. Yeah, this pathway's open up now. What's the point in all this, though, of taking us to this weird dimension? Apparently we're in a big square. It is nice to have more, allies to use, though.
Prepare to meet your fate.
Everyone blind! Ah, okay. Of course, I don't have any multi-hit moves. You guys are strong. How are you alive? Nope. 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 Ow. All good.
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
Curative Horn. Hello there. Wizard. I wonder if the strategy of using whatchamacallit is still the best. Clock down for boss fights and stuff. Clock down was like the go-to attack thing before. Alright, what's next? Hi there. You're next. Murder is next. I'm still confused by the fact that Rise doesn't have any S-Craft. Prosecutor Rage 2. Freshwater. Empty chest? Why not fill it up again at the Bose Market? Maybell. Maybell, stop advertising in treasure chests in other dimensions! How are you even advertising here?
Prepare to meet your fate.
Capitalism truly knows no bounds. No? Kill. Very nice. Hello there, sir. You are all alone. That is very bad for you.
Alright, what's next?
Level up. Bunch of Sepith. I hear Olivier makes his pack Mueller carry all of his belongings for him. I feel so sorry for Mueller. Bro cannot catch a break. My man's in agony. I don't know why I just stared at you for a second. I just felt like I had to. I'm glad I did it for that one. Stabbies! I see. I see. I get it now. Red means that it tracks, doesn't it? That's probably what that means. Tita, doesn't yours cannon? Yeah. Red probably means that tracks because I noticed that before. That even when I moved, the circle wasn't going anywhere. I do like this gameplay-wise. This is very fun.
For the sake of my master.
I especially like having it so that there's more elemental usage, and it means more things are useful. Like Soul Blur, and like a lot of the Soul space attacks they were helpful. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's like a part of me does kind of wish in the previous games, like, oh, could we have weaknesses? And sure, but enough, we do. The point I'm trying to make is I like it. It's a very good change in my opinion. Ow.
Oh, pitiful souls, may you
Does she
rest
hold open her book when she's casting? I think she does. I really should have ordered that security ornament from CCF. Bunch of Sepith. A forgotten chest. Spoiled and left behind. Hang on. A forgotten chest. Despoiled and left behind. Despoiled. Does despoiled count as 3? It's sad lot in life. Assuming despoiled counts as 3, then that's a haiku. I can't say despoiled, and does that count?
Prepare to meet your king.
Also, you missed. Right, you're blind.
Justice must always prevail.
So I wonder what other locations are gonna get dragged from other areas then. Because if the Arceo could get dragged in, who? The Bobcat. Oh, yeah, actually, unironically, yeah, the Bobcat probably could be appearing here. And that would be where we get Josette. Let's see, what other kind of things.
Justice must always prevail.
I would ideally like it so that Estelle and Joshua appear at the same time so that we don't have to separate them. I won't be surprised if the game's not that kind, but... one can hope. We might be able to kill them all. Maybe. We might. Everyone, use Ascension. Uno. Dos. Tres. Cuatro.
We did it!
Very easy. We're still going down, right? Soul Blur. I just feel sad about losing all my friggin' whatchamacallit. All my orbments and being weakened again. But at least the game's accommodating for that disappearance.
For the sake of my master!
Imagine the game actually expects you to have like level 5 ordnance against these enemies already, despite the fact you're just starting the game. You are all alone. This is a fact. Whoa. Oh wait! Insta-kill. I have to keep an eye out for that red. That red is very helpful. It's also very dangerous, potentially, but so far I have not regretted its existence. I'll fight you. I need the experience right now anyways. Again, this is probably a game that I'm more likely to farm in, I feel. And I don't mean just for experience. I do know this game probably still has the same philosophy of where, like, you can't really over-farm because the game will stop giving you enough experience to over-farm at some point. But just because I can't farm doesn't mean I can't farm. Well, I should be saying, just because I can't farm experience doesn't mean I can't farm other things. Because while I might not be able to farm experience, what I can definitely farm is Sepith and money. Okay. In which case, I can at least top out the gear that everyone has. Even if it's not going to be the best level-wise, at the very least, I'll be stronger, you know. Why am I having a hard time thinking? Ow. Sober.
Justice must
And again, I am very
always
curious. If I have to assume that it's obviously, it has to be over a level 100 level cap, surely, because it wouldn't make sense otherwise. If the level cap is not over 100, then that means Ryze's ability is completely useless for having her, like, as a support member. Excuse you? Oh, right. Defense. Oh! Oh! Oh, okay. I see why you're... Okay, hang on. You gotta die then. If that's what I see, you're the shining palm of this game. You've gotta die then. I saw the mouse Sepith you were holding. You're the shining palm of this game. Gotcha. Makes sense. I can't really have a shining palm normal because of, I don't know, the fact that we're in another dimension. These things are at least very easy to deal with. I say that, and I'm not going to be able to kill this thing before it does something. Actually, I could have done something if I didn't waste my turn. You know what? Screw it. No. I can still stop this, surely. No, we cannot. Really wasn't even that big a deal. Oh. Where are we going? Where are we going? Jeez, oh Pete. Feels a little different here.
This is good.
Notice it too, huh?
Notice what?
Do you sense monsters?
I can't feel anything of the sort.
That's normal. I doubt anyone who isn't a part of the church would recognize what's going on. It's a peculiar kind of rotting smell. It's the scent of the underworld. It's faint, but it's there. And it's coming from the area up ahead.
Whatever is lying in wait for us, it's going to be unlike any of the other fiends we have fought up to this point. We're going to need to be exceptionally careful. Uh-oh.
That's unfortunate.
Still, if we intend to proceed with our investigation, we have no choice but to advance, whatever may stand in our way.
I see that we're given a rest spot here. Heal up. Any new quartz? Negatory. Alright, well, I have no way of knowing what we're about to face, but why not we go ahead and try it? So, the smell of the underworld, huh? What is this?
Here it comes.
Bracu. What is it?
What the hell? What is that? I've never seen anything like that before. What in Aios' name is that? One of the 77 devils that appear in the Testaments. The spiritual coffin that guides the souls of the dead and serves as Hades' ferryman. Bennu, the casket of sorrow.
Who thought that the day would come when I'd end up facing with a genuine devil? Bring it on. Let me show you what a servant of the gods can do. Bennu.
Bennu. Living core containing Bennu. Hard to damage with the arts and drains HP from its prey. 9,999 HP. And Sudoro Gizas. Stand still and breathe fire. They're still weak to water and space. I need to take care of these statues in the back. I'm not so sure what the guy in front's gonna do, admittedly, but... Focus on killing one at a time, I think. Covetous Tongue. I meant the wrong... That's not the person I meant to use. Well, if we're doing it, I'm gonna use this then. That's not all the person I meant to use. I meant to use this. Thought it'd help a little bit. Again, I still want to focus on these guys on the side first. Even if it means I get hurt quite a bit here, that's fine. It might save me a headache later. Plus, I've still got healing available from Kevin and Tita. All right, there goes the statues. Tita, go ahead and heal up. Heal. All right, now it's time for Bennu. Weak to space. Okay. Everything else works in some way, though, too. But if I got space, use space. Covetous Tongue. Right, it says don't use arts. I'm an idiot. But space is fine. Cross to your right! It's free. Guides the souls of the dead and acts as Hades' ferryman. Gives silent punishment to sinners.
I hold in my hand the power
Called insurance.
that is our seal.
Preparing to use arts. We might just be able to beat it down.
Take it! Take
Who
it!
said you're allowed to do that?
Take it!
All done. Never mind, it's still alive! Bennu Nucleus. Bennu's true form releases powerful miasma which rods away surroundings. How many phases you got, gamer? This should be the last at least. What is it? Give an EP charge to Schwartz. It's got a lot of health now. Don't know what you're planning here, buddy. I don't much appreciate it. I can't block. I can't break it. All right, now serious now. Abyssal Wave. All right, things have gone serious now. Gotcha. All right, space does a lot of damage. Or sorry. Ah, crap. Crap, seal. Biocannon. I think I can survive its own onslaught that it's having at me. You think we'll get an item from this? Or, sorry, not an item, a party member? Crap, that put sleep. Okay. Kevin.
Goddess bless you.
Damn it, Kevin. Almost dead. Looks here. Called insurance.
I hold in my hand the chalice of the lights, active on shield.
Okay. I think I can just attack you and be done with it. It's a good thing I had that. Finally. Level up all around. Mine too. Rise learned the S-Craft Heavenly Strike. Yes. That was something.
Oh, that was a real devil. It was terrifying. The thought that such fiends exist is... I don't know what to say. Just what is this place?
If that's the best you can do, your future looks grim indeed. Who? You.
It's that man. Is he the one? Is he the one who you said that you saw when you first sent here? Who are you? Speak your name.
I believe common decency dictates that one states their own name before asking for another's, does it? Not? Or perhaps you are aware that I already know yours, Captain Julia Schwartz.
Whoever you are, you've done your research. What do you want with us? Was that devil we just thought you were doing? Is all of this you're doing?
Calm yourself, Kevin Graham. Your suffering is only just beginning. It's far too early for you to be losing yourself to despair.
What are you talking about? Rise! Wasn't the time be reckless, Rise?
A Templar sword of the Septine Church, I see. Your skills aren't bad, but they're still a far cry from your sister's.
How do you know her?
How?
All will be revealed in time. The banquet of despair in this fair land of Phantasma is only just starting. My lord wishes to see you suffer, to writhe with agony, to cry out fruitlessly for your suffering to end. Do deliver now, won't you?
Wait!
You intend to flee from us?
I shall tell you one thing before I depart. My name is Schwarzer. I am a guardian of Phantasma and loyal servant of its great lord. And with that, I bid you farewell.
Schwarzer.
He disappeared. We might not have learned much about him through that encounter, but one thing seems plain as day. We have enemies in this place, and it's not just the fiends.
Apparently. And what's more, it sounds like they're going to be hell to deal with.
Chapter 1 end. Alright. On to chapter 2.
Hey, come over here for a minute. Honestly, how many times do I have to tell you not to run off without telling me, Rise? I had the fright of my life when I turned around after finishing my shopping to find you weren't there. Don't do that again, okay? I just smelled something nice from the stall over there. Hey, I found something weird. Weird?
Oh.
Oh, goodness. You think he's dead? Or maybe he indulged in excess gourmandizing. I'm almost certain it's not the latter. I swear, what are they teaching children in school these days? Never mind. I suppose that should wait. Hey there. Can you hear us? Phew, it looks like he's conscious at least. What's the matter? I can't see this being a very comfortable place to sit. Maybe he's just hungry? When you're really hungry, sometimes you don't have the energy to talk. You might actually be right there. And you know better than anyone. Well then, I think I've got just the thing. When did you get Quincy Bell chocolate? I bought this for you originally, but I'm sorry, Rise. Do you mind if he has this? Okay. Good girl. Come on, why don't you try some? I think you'll like it, especially if you like sweet things. Quincy chocolate's the best there is. There might be a brand that tastes nicer, but they got the best balance between taste and cost. See? That's a glowing review from none other than my darling little sister. That taste should help warm you up a bit, too. Go on, see what you think. What's that? Oh.
I said, get lost. Just leave me alone. Please.
What should we do? So you're not gonna take me up on my offer, then? I guess I'm left with no choice. Are you eating it?
Error.
Whoa. Here. That should be enough. What? What the hell was that for? Looks like that did the trick. See? I told you that sweet things are great for perking you up. That wasn't the child. That was just you being a maniac. What kind of girl does that? A kid they just found on the street? Are you some kind of pedophile or something? Oh my. The Sunday school curriculum really seems to have changed since I went there. But where else could you and Rise be picking up these fancy words, I wonder? I don't think that's really the problem. Yeah, what she said. Wait a sec. Your clothes look familiar. Come to think of it, I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? My name's Rufina. Rufina Argent. And this is my little sister, Rise. How about you? What's your name?
Rufina. Kevin, you listening? Oh, when we get back here?
Oh, sorry about that. Must have spaced out a bit.
Are you alright? It's understandable, really. After all that's happened, it's no surprise you're feeling tired. Maybe you should rest up before we keep going.
Nah, don't worry about me. Anyway, we were about to start going over all the information we've gathered so far, right?
Yes, but He may not be our ally, but our encounter with that Schwarzer turned out to be quite illuminating. We finally have the name of the strange place we found ourselves in for one.
That's right. You call it Phantasma, right?
Yep, interesting name it's got. Not sure where it came from, though. As far as I know, it's nothing from the church's scripts.
I've never heard of it before either. Then there's the existence of his lord.
Well, judging by how the guy spoke of him, that must be the big boss around here.
Probably the guy in the mask that we saw at the beginning of the game.
They seem to know a whole lot about us, too.
Incidentally, there was one thing that knight mentioned which made me curious. He mentioned you having a sister, Rise. Oh, my, I didn't mean to pry into your personal affairs. Should I not have asked?
Nah, I don't blame you for being curious.
As he said, I do indeed have a sister. Her name was Rufina. She was one of the Grossritters, just like I am now.
Rise.
I take it that your use of past tense means... Yes, she fell in the line of duty during a mission. Roughly 5 years ago, to be precise.
Damn.
I see. But in that case, how could that man possibly know so much about her skills? I wish I knew. I don't really know much about the work she did. What about you, Kevin?
Sorry, I can't think of how she might have met him either. Still, she was known for being one skilled knight. And not just in terms of strength in battle, her judgment and negotiation abilities were both top class too. The details of her missions are as much of a mystery to me as they are for Rise, but it's not a stretch to think that she could have met him during one of them.
I suppose. We've a little more than conjecture to go off of. I suppose the matter will have to remain unsolved for now. My apologies. I should never have asked. All I did was bring up painful memories for you, the two of you.
Don't sweat it. We still learned something out of this, and that's that our enemies are keeping a pretty close eye on what we do here. We're gonna need to be careful every step of the way.
So it seems. Shall we get back to our ever-cautious trek, then?
We'll have to go back to where we met that guy and keep going from there, right?
Yeah, I saw another warp at the top of the stairs. Thankfully, the cube can get us back there in no time flat once we're up for it.
What's this chapter called? What? Hermit's... Wait. The Otherworldly Capital? Let me take a look back here first. Slurp it up. Alright, let's head on back. And then, I think we'll go ahead and save here for today. So, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you all later. Peace.